All right, what's going on, everybody? Who we 186 with me, Traditionalist 101, and this is the Overrated Podcast, episode 138. We are doing this show early, technically early, because I have to go to work and he has to go to work. He has to go to work early in the morning. We're still, I don't know about Steve, but I'm still prepping the show. But we might as well get the show on the road. We might as well get the show started early. What's going on, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to wake up early, and I'm kind of a little worried. Hopefully, we don't stay for too long because we do have several stuff to talk about. And man, oh man, don't we have stories and opinions to share? But yeah, uh, Traditionalist 101, it's always good to hold on to tradition, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see if oh look, we got some people here already. Awesome.
Yeah, no, I'll get to the comments in a second. But if you can read them, you can read them.
Um, Yeah, sure. So Ryan Meadows says, yeah, Trump 2004, Ron DeSantis 2004. Yeah. We know. It's funny that you mentioned Joe, and and never mind. The guy's funny. Malta, what's going on, bro? And you said, don't worry, I'm behaving well. Nice shirt. Oh, thank you. This is actually an old shirt, and I just decided to just wear it. I usually wear it when I work out at the gym at Planet Fitness, and I forgot how I even got this shirt, but yeah, I like it. It's I think it's a pretty cool shirt, and a lot of people always compliment. They always give me like a thumbs up and whatnot. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, how was your weekend?
Pretty much same old. Like I said, I got stick drift on one of my controllers. That's great. So
Did you get it fixed?
I'm gonna get it fixed on Monday.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you were going to try to fix it yourself.
I tried. I did. I actually went on the website. If for anybody who needs let's say if you want to check on your controllers, there's a website called I think let me go on it real quick. Let me check on my phone real quick. Let me check on my phone. I'll put the link in the Discord. Discord exclusive for anyone who don't know. Um, let me see. I think it's called
Yeah.
controller
When
test.
you
Oh,
when
controller
you
tester.
said that you had your controller started to drift, I said, "Holy cow!" Like, it officially caught on to you. And
It's not
the
the first
first
time.
thing, oh,
It's
okay,
not.
the first
It
thing
was
that,
it was a massive problem on some of my dual shock fours. It was a big problem there. But the next gen it's always the ones that you buy first that are always gonna have the problem. The one I bought afterwards didn't have that problem. But even still, like having stick drift is not a good thing. This is the website right here. I'm sure some of us already do this already. So, but for those of you who don't, there's hardwaretester.com/gamepad. What you do is actually I can actually show it right now. Let me take one of my
yeah, go ahead, yeah.
yeah, this is one of my controllers. And I'm gonna connect it right now, and then you'll see it pop up. You should see it pop up right now. Okay. So my computer is using the gamepad. I have to let me turn it on. Okay, there you go. You see? Can you hear me? By the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. Steve, can you hear
There's a
me?
little bit of, yeah, I can hear you.
Ah, shit. You can't hear me. Okay, hold on. Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Damn, you can't hear me right now. Okay.
Uh, this dude cannot hear me at all. Can you guys at the chat hear me?
I don't know if they can see it here.
Hey, Malta, since you're here, are you able to hear me right now, Malta?
They can't hear me. Let me take it.
Or Ryan Meadows, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, my bad. For some reason, when I connected the controller, it deactivated my mic. But if you saw my controller, you saw my controller. I was all you gotta do is plug it in. You can test the buttons and stuff like that. Just go on. All you gotta do is go on this website. Right? So yeah, so I did that. And then after a while, I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna get someone to fix it. So
So you wait. So you tried. So what happened? What failed? Like you were following step by step
no,
instructions.
no,
I
no. Because the
assume.
thing is that in order to really fix it, you have to take it apart. And I wasn't in the mood to do that. I just
Oh,
wasn't in the mood.
oh, you didn't want to take it apart. Okay.
Nah. And then I have to buy like this little part to get it all fixed, and I'm like, I don't have time for that. So
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah. So you had to like buy like a set
no,
to.
you what? I have to buy like some stupid. I probably wouldn't have to buy some little part for it. And ultimately, I just wasn't in the I just wasn't in the mood. Like I wanted to, what I want to do now is anytime there's something that's like broken or whatever, I want to fix it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there are certain things where I'm like, you know what? I'll just pay someone to do it. Now is one of those times.
Hmm.
It's just one of those times. It's just like I just wasn't in the mood.
How much is it going to cost you to get it fixed?
I still gotta do that now. I know Malta, shout out to Malta. He showed me a place. It might be a bit too far for me, but I'll keep. But if it's far, but if they give me a good price, then I'll drive there. I don't care. Um, but I'm gonna shop around, see if I can get it done for a decent price. If I have to spend the money to do it, then I'll do it. I don't care.
Hmm.
As long as if it exceeds the price of an actual dual sense, then I'll just buy another dual sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to do that, and then what I'll do is, I mean, I don't know if I should broadcast this live, but probably trade that in the GameStop or whatever, get some credit or something. So
Okay. Um. All right. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, as long as you have options. You either have to go to the place, or you might just have to buy a new one.
yeah,
To me, if it's more than $50, I would just buy a new one.
yeah, but you know what's funny, dude? A month ago, they had a sale for dual senses for $50, and I was like,
Why
yeah,
didn't you get it?
no, because I already have three controllers. At the time I had three controllers. I didn't need one. But
Okay.
now it's always when you don't need it when they have the sale. When you need the sale, that's when they don't sell it anymore.
Yeah.
Always annoying. But yeah,
Man.
ultimately not pretty much that plus work. It's all gravy. It ain't no big thing. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Okay.
Right,
Well,
so
but as far as me, my weekend was okay. Like, let's see. I pretty much, I was able to relax a little bit on Saturday, and I remember that weekend. That weekend was free comic book week, or comic book free weekend, or comic book day, free comic book day. And when I went to the store, I completely forgot that I actually went a day later, a day late, and I was pissed off because usually when I miss the day, it gets really really packed, and most of the comics that I want that are available for free are gone.
yeah.
It didn't happen this time,
Oh,
so I'm just gonna show. And I actually bought other comics as well, but I'm just gonna show the ones that I got for free. And man, I just cannot wait to read these. So I'll just do this really really quick. Let me get this background out the way.
okay.
So as you can see, I have the Spider-Man.
Hmm.
See, as you can see at the top, it says comic book free comic book day. So I got Spider-Man, I got Ninja Turtles, which you can see here. Blood Hunt, which is here, which is X-Men, like you can see at the bottom. And last but not least, like I'm just gonna make this really quick, but even I think you would appreciate this. Surprisingly, I think you might even actually read it. But this was the main one that I wanted out of all the comics. Tell me you can see this.
Street Fighter versus Final Fight.
Final Fight, bro.
Hmm.
when I saw this, I believe like about a month ago, I said, "Holy cow! I got to have this," and I was so pissed off because I thought it was gone. Because usually all the Street Fighter books are gone, within a couple hours. But luckily, they still had this in stock. And my goodness, I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading it sometime this week. And maybe I'll do a quick review on it. And the question that I actually have for you, do you think since we had Final Fight characters in for example, I think we had Guy and obviously and Street Fighter Alpha 3, we've had Cody and Street Fighter 4. Do you think there's really no point in having a video game that's Street Fighter versus Final Fight since they all been collaborating in one anyway? Or you think it'll be a waste of time?
They're part of the same universe, so
you think it would be a waste of time for them to have this in an actual game?
It'd just be a Street Fighter game technically. When you think about it, it'd be a Street Fighter game because here's the thing. Mike Hagar, his moveset is basically Zangief. Let's be real. Yeah, he had the same moveset as Zangief, right? Guy's been in multiple Street Fighter games. Cody's been in multiple Street Fighter games. And Maki is basically just Guy, but a female. And then you have Carlos, the guy in 2, the new guy they added in Final Fight 2. He's technically in Street Fighter 6.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, but he's in the what do you call it? The World Tour mode that they added in there.
Oh, that doesn't count. No, I thought
not a character, but he's in the mode. So their universes are pretty much intertwined with each other. So it would just be a Street Fighter game if they did it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it wouldn't be. I guess it would just be a waste of time.
Yeah, it'll just be Street Fighter. That's it. Unless they do it in a beat 'em up way, and then they're not gonna do that.
Like, okay? It's funny you mentioned that because remember in the Discord they showed like a Street Fighter version beat 'em up of, I think it was Streets of Rage. I think it was. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. I don't. You honestly think that would be a bad idea if that was actually legit? Like you wouldn't want to play that?
I mean, I technically I've already played. I already played it. It's a mod.
You played it already?
Yeah. I've done the Street Fighter characters in Streets of Rage. They have WWE wrestlers in Streets of Rage. They have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Streets of Rage. Like, I don't know if it's there now at the video game bar that I normally go to.
Yeah,
they have some of those mods in the game.
Snap! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's there now, but when I went there, they had some of the machines had them. So
yeah, so as you can see, I'll just open, or let me get out of here. As you can see, Chun-Li kicking Cody behind, and obviously Gao is involved, and then I think at the bottom right here, I think he gets arrested somewhere down here. Oh, right here. Yeah, he gets arrested. So when I was flipping through pages, I said, "Wow, like this looks really interesting. These dudes are like really going at each other." And frankly, to me, movie, I think I might slightly disagree with you. If they actually did a beat 'em up, like a legit beat 'em up, featuring Street Fighter and Streets of Rage characters, or let's say it's a beat 'em up Street Fighter versus versus Final Fight, but in a beat 'em up, type of way, No, dude, I think that'll be awesome because if all you're going to do is just switch the characters to Street Fighter, but then put a good story mode into it, no, I think that would be very exciting. I would assume it did excite you to some degree that you're able to play as Street Fighter characters. No,
Where
at
not
the
really,
bar.
no. No, no. I just want to see how it was. I didn't really care, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay, you weren't impressed with it. Hmm. Okay, all right. I mean, all right. I just wanted to know your opinion on that because um, I think stuff like that is what I would actually prefer than those stupid mobile Street Fighter card games or the Street Fighter puzzle games. Like that's not what I want. Like if they wanted to do like some type of different way to play your Street Fighter characters, I would have loved it if it was like some kind of beat 'em up instead of or make another Street Fighter pocket what was it puzzle fighter, what was it called?
Yeah, puzzle fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Well, that's what I would prefer than those stupid card games. But that's just
I,
wishful thinking.
yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. All right, so let me read some comments before we get started. Malta, what's going on, bro? I know he asked me a question. I
Yeah,
hope
he
he's always
did.
well with the controller. I'm suing you. I recorded what you said. Do you
Yeah,
collect comics as well? No, no. He said he's gonna
frankly,
go to
Malta,
church. I'm
he
gonna go
doesn't
to my
read
church
comic
real
books at
fast. And,
all. Matter of fact, I
no,
think
I don't.
I think
You
I
said
think Joe gave him a comic and he got rid of it, or I think he got ruined or ripped up, torn apart, or something.
yeah,
Oh
I got
man,
you on the part.
yeah.
All right, man. He said he's gonna go to church. He'll be back soon. All right, bro. All
All right, no problem, no
right.
problem.
Well, this news happened today, so we might as well jump right in. Our Microsoft closes Redfall developer Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Works, and more in devastating cuts at Bethesda. All right, so let me read this.
Yes.
Microsoft has closed a number of Bethesda studios, including Redfall Maker, Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush, and the Evil Within developer Tango Gameworks, and more in devastating cuts at Bethesda. IGN can confirm. Alpha Dog Games, makers of the mobile game Mighty Doom, will also close. Roundhouse Studios will be absorbed by Elder Scrolls Online developer ZeniMax Online Studios. Microsoft, currently valued at over 3 trillion, did not say how many staff will lose their jobs, but significant layoffs are inevitable. IGN has asked Bethesda for comment. Microsoft declined to expand further when contacted by IGN. On Redfall, the devastating vampire co-op game will now not receive promised DLC, including an offline mode and new character DLC, as Microsoft has ended all development on the game. Microsoft said Redfall will remain online to play, and it will provide a make good offer for those who bought the Hero DLC. No, they better, because people spent money. People spent money, and now and now they're not going to get what they paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was from Arcane Studios today. Today, it was announced that Arcane Austin will close and development will not continue on Redfall. To everyone who has supported the work from our Austin studio over the years, thank you. Thank you for spending time in our world and making them your own. Arcane Leon will continue their focus on immersive experiences where they are hard at work at on their upcoming project, which is I believe that project is what was it? Oh, Blade. Yeah, they're the one making Blade. Redfall players who purchased the Hero Pass as part of the Premium Bite Back Edition or the Premium Bite Back upgrade will be eligible to receive a value of the value of the upgrade. While there will be no further updates, Redfall servers will remain online for players to enjoy. All right, and then okay, I think that's pretty much that. pretty much it. Like they talked
That's
about
it.
the email. Yeah, pretty much it. Like anything that's pretty much it. But they pretty much effectively closed 3 studios from a company that they bought. I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. They spent how much money did they spend? They spent almost what 3 billion on these studios, and now and look, here's the thing. Let me see if let me see if there's anything else that is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Okay, well this is from Tango GameWorks. They're the one that made the Hi-Fi Rush and mind you, my Hi-Fi Rush just released on PlayStation not
Yeah.
too long. Today it was announced that Tango Works GameWorks will close. Thank you for everyone that explored the world that we created. Hi-Fi Rush, along with Tango's previous titles, will remain available and playable everywhere they are today. Okay. Okay. Actually, I do want to read this. Let me see if they'll take me to the. Okay, they'll take me to it. Okay, let me share. Let me share this because this is from a guy who works at Arcane Leon. He works there right now. You know what I mean? He's working there right now. This is the stuff that he's tweeting. Now, for those of you who he's the co-creative director, he's the studio creator director, so he's high up,
Yeah.
Arcane Leon, and he's supposed to be one of the main guys working on Blade. This is absolutely terrible. Permission to be human. To any executive reading this, friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists slash entertainers and help them create value for you. Okay. Do not throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as straw men for miscalculations slash blind spots. Don't make our work environments Darwinistic jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Make us proud when times are tough. We know you can. We see it before. For now, great teams are sunsetting before our eyes again, and it's a fucking gut stab. Leon is safe, but please be tactful and discerning about all this, and respect affected folks' voice and leave it room to be heard. It's their story to tell, their feeling to express. Inside baseball, but if I read immersive sinkers from the community, especially from a fellow dev, I swear to God, please let's talk about the real challenges instead of rehashing irrational and how do you say it? And I don't know. I don't know. I forgot what it says. Of the past. I apologize. I had a brain fart. Even more inside baseball, but with a very very wide range, as a wise and sorely missed man said, "Please stop." So he's basically calling out Microsoft. He's basically calling out Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he still works at Arcane Leon. Maybe not for long, but he works there as of right now. So you had that going on. Um, hold on a second. Let me read this. So Ruben said that he bought the bite back the bite back used from GameStop, hoping it would get better. Well, I mean, I feel bad for you, Ruben. But
Oh my goodness. All right,
pretty
all
much.
right. Okay. Look, I was reading, some comments, from several people, and they were saying things like, "I don't understand what was the point of buying all these studios if you're just going to close them?" And to me, this is just once more proof, a demonstration that Microsoft doesn't care. They don't. They don't care about. They don't. To me, I don't think they truly really care about the gaming industry as a whole. I really don't. I really don't. When you have the opportunity to compete against Sony, I assume that once you were going to buy all of these studios, obviously you was going to put these games on Game Pass, which would obviously entice more people to buy your console or more people to subscribe to your subscription service. Anyone with common sense, even if you have no knowledge, with business whatsoever, I guarantee you most people, at least most gamers, would assume that, oh, okay, what Microsoft is trying to do is, since they're not making, or they're not focusing on making, first party, games, which I think they're supposed to do, make new games within inside of your company. But okay, you're going to buy all these different studios, Activision, Bethesda, etc., etc. You're going to buy all these studios. Obviously, means that you're going to have obtained all of their games, and everyone obviously would assume that these games would be available, and that you would have future games, or at least sequels, when it comes to these games that now you currently own. But instead, you close all of these studios, all these people, losing their jobs. I think for us as fans, it would be better off that you didn't buy any of these studios at all. Why are you doing this? Buying studio after studio, and now you're just closing each studio that you buy. To me, that's not being pro consumer. That's not being someone who wants to enhance, the gaming space, the gaming industry, like you said you wanted to do. To me, all that what you said is a lie. Oh, you want games to be available for everybody, but yet you shutting these studios down. Oh, you want everyone to have access to all of these games, and you wanna improve the industry. How is closing studios improving the industry? How is closing studios improving your brand? And how is closing these studios will entice people to subscribe to Game Pass, or to even buy, your console? Dude, I don't know who are at the top making these stupid, business decisions. But dude, I don't want Microsoft to buy any more studios. I don't. Stop buying studios. If you're not going to be able to, to compete with Sony, or Nintendo, then just get out of the gaming space. Stop wasting our time with this stuff. Stop wasting people's time. Because we, as the gamers, would be much better off if these studios were owned by somebody else, so they could continue making these games. So I don't bro. I don't I don't understand what's the strategy behind all of this. Like I wish I knew. Obviously, I'm not within the company, so I have no idea. And I just wish someone from the inside would be some sort of, I don't know, whistleblower, and tell us exactly what's going on here. I refuse to believe that it's just for the sake of money.
All right. So first off, shout out to Nolan. What's going on, bro? Ruben said that I never encountered any game breaking glitches, but Redfall I found it pretty fun. All right, so I mean, but here's the thing: Redfall came out garbage. It is what it is, right? However, Hi-Fi Rush is a game that was highly critically acclaimed.
Yes.
They are like, oh well, this game had this many people playing the game, and I see people celebrating that. And then now all of a sudden it just released on PlayStation and the Switch, I think. And now the studio is gone. What that tells me, this is not just a Microsoft situation, even though the way they handled it was garbage. Let's be real, it was garbage. But this is not mainly a Microsoft situation. This is a game industry situation.
Oh, so this is beyond Microsoft.
This is way beyond Microsoft.
Okay.
Because it becomes increasingly clear to me that it seemed to me that unless you make a game that is a massive hit when it comes to like streaming all this other crap, and either it's an annual game like Madden or NBA and all that other stuff. It seems like you can't make anything original anymore. That would seem like to me, because let's be real, Hi-Fi Rush was an original game. Redfall is just your standard looter shooter. That's what it was, right? It was one of the many looter shooters that ended up not doing anything. But Hi-Fi Rush was a game that was unique.
Yeah.
And yet that failed. Right? And I read about a studio that I was a huge fan of Roll 7. They made the Ollie Ollie games. They made Roller Dorm. I was a huge fan of that studio. They I think they got shut down a couple days ago too.
What's the name of the company? Studio?
I think they're called Roll 7. Roll 7. Yeah, they made two indie games that I love. They got shut down.
What were the two indie games again?
Roller Dorm and Ollie Ollie.
And they got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? This seems to be like an industry thing. And I can't help but blame the corporate heads and the corporate nature of this industry. Is like the top guys are the ones that make these awful decisions, and the developers are the one, and the fans when these games are garbage. They're the ones that suffer. They're the ones that ultimately suffer. And because they can't find a way to how would I call it? Minimize cost and maximize effort. Like every game has to be a phenomenon, or else it's not going to succeed. That would feel like to me. That would feel like that was going on in the industry.
Yeah. This really goes back down to what we had said a few podcasts ago, where if it's not the next Fortnite, if it's not the next Candy Crush, if it's not a game that's worth billions and billions of dollars, I guess they're not interested in creating new IPs, or they're not interested in just games that they have made previously. They're just going to completely abandon those games completely because they don't generate as much revenue as Fortnite does, or as much as much as Call of Duty, for example. I think what you and I had mentioned before, yeah, it looks like what you're saying right now is correct. It's correct. Like they want the next Fortnite game. They want their next Call of Duty game. That's what they want. And if it's not going to generate, they're going to scratch the project and try to do something else. And to me, that's just not the way how you should handle business. I understand you want to compete with these games. I understand you want your games to be worth billions, and you want your profit margin to be high. I get it.
I mean, they're not competing. They're not competing. If you're putting your games on other platforms, you're not competing. Like, let's be real, you're not competing.
Well, if they're trying to make the the next big thing, when you say that's part of competing with them.
No. Absolutely. If you're just gonna be like, oh well, we'll just put our games everywhere, then that's not competition. That's not competing. You're just trying to find a cash cow, which is why they bought Activision to be part of the mobile market with Candy Crush and COD basically. And I'm sure there's other games that Activision had to where all they want to do is generate money. It's not about cultivating a better gaming environment like they always claim that they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now the gaming environment right now is like it's just same old bullshit every chance we get. Anything that's original, if we don't sell, we're closed. And here's the thing: even though I don't think Redfall launched in a good state, like nowadays, if you fail, you're automatically done. If you make a game that either doesn't sell well or is critically panned, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: that's not a recipe for a good ecosystem.
Yeah.
For gaming. I get it. The best survive and all that stuff. I get it. But if you fail back in the day, like I look at Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog's first game was not Uncharted. It wasn't Jack and Dexter.
It
It
was
was
Crash.
no, it wasn't Crash.
Oh.
It wasn't Crash. It was some game called Way of the Warrior. In this environment, if they release that game's done. That studio's finished.
Mm.
They don't get an opportunity to make something new. The environment is not conducive to that anymore. Now either you make a certified hit or else you're done. And if you make a certified hit, and let's say if it's something like Rocket League, right? Rocket League, if you make a game as successful as Rocket League, guess what? Now those developers, that's all they're making. Rocket League. Anything that they make
Oh.
is just Rocket League.
Yeah.
No fucking new game. Fucking they have expansion and whatever, but you're not making a new game. You're making Rocket League. You know what I mean? We don't get competitive for Madden because the NFL for some fucking reason doesn't want that. We don't get a competitor for 2K for NBA 2K because for some reason the league doesn't want that. We don't get a competitor for MLB because their league don't want that. Everything is about money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And when everything's about money, competition goes out the window. When all you care about is the bottom dollar, when you don't care, when you all you care about the bottom dollar, competition don't mean shit. And all it's done is make the gaming space a lot worse because of it.
Yeah. Because then you compromise the quality of the games when you no longer want to compete.
No matter how hard those developers work, it don't matter. For those corporate heads, they're gonna be like, "Don't rock the boat. Don't make sudden changes." Unless they decide, okay, do this because we need to generate more money. And when that fails, then who gets the when it succeeds, they're the one that makes the money. When it fails, you are the one that gets fired. That's the industry that we live in right now. If we succeed, the corporate heads are going to make more money. When we fail, you guys who made the game, who did everything we told you to do, you guys are going to get fired.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep my money. I'm going to keep my salary until I get fired, but then I'm going to get a golden parachute and go to another garbage company and ruin them. That's how the industry is now. And it's just a matter. For me, it's just a matter if you make a good game that I like, and even then, it's not enough. Because if a game I like is good, but yet not enough people play it in their eyes, it's gonna get shut down. It's gonna get canceled.
Yeah. I think. Look. At the end of the day, um, we know that the gaming industry has completely shifted to where everything will get compromised. The quality, the variety, the options that we used to have, all that stuff, goes away. And funny how we mentioned, Candy Crush and what's another mobile game that generates billions of dollars, like okay, Clash of Clans, like Clash of Clans, that's another one. Have you heard of this game called Honor of Kings?
I probably have. I don't know. I try not to keep in. I try not to keep in. I try not to keep in touch with these fucking games.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Honor of Kings, I think right now they're at the top. I think they're even above Candy Crush, slightly. And I think Tencent, makes that game or publish that game. And obviously, Pokemon Go, that's in a like in the top 5 or top 10, and other games, Puzzle and Dragons, Coin Master, etc., etc. All of these games, right? Everybody could have access to them, whether if you are a hardcore gamer or a casual gamer. And the thing that I'm worried about on Movie 186 is that if these companies are just going to focus on trying to be the next Candy Crush or the next Clash of Clans or the next Honor of Kings, all that's going to lead to is less and less and less triple A games that you and I like. I understand where you're coming from of the higher ups and how they're getting rid of people, which is effed up. Me, although I am worried about that, what I fear the most is that we are going to continue. We are going to have a trend to where these companies are going to focus more on mobile games so that they could be the next Clash of Clans or Candy Crush, and we're going to have less triple A games. Because look, you have already mentioned, and I have mentioned many times, how we don't have a variety of NBA games anymore. We don't have a variety of football games anymore. We don't have variety of many platforms like we used to have. And I remember one of the key reasons why you had loved the PlayStation brand so much from the PS1 and PS2 days is that we have always claimed of the amount of options that we used to have. And as generation goes further and further, the options just continues to decrease. And these companies, oh, I want to focus on mobile games. Like look at Square Enix with all the crazy Final Fantasy mobile games that they're making. Like and Capcom, now they're trying to go more in to the mobile space. Like I don't like the direction where they're going, and I fear, and I really hope I'm wrong about this, but I am predicting we are going to have more and more of these stupid mobile games and less triple A games. That's where I think the gaming industry is going to be going to.
Well, they've already tried to take the cell phone model and bring it to gaming. They did it with Pro Evolution Soccer. They did it with that game, and I haven't touched it yet, and I'm never going to touch that game. I mean, they've done it to other games. Like they've taken the model, but here's the thing: they take the model, but they still want you to pay $70 for these games.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. To me, it just makes the I don't think it makes the genre. It doesn't make it doesn't make playing these games fun.
No.
You have less variety. So critical drop. He said Jamal got $100,000 fine. Won't be suspended. He got lucky. Make a
Oh
bad game.
yeah. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had definitely have something to say about that.
Make a bad game, get shut down. Make a good game, get shut down. What is Microsoft doing? Should Phil Spencer be fired? I think his days are numbered anyway. I don't like his days are numbered. I don't think personally. I don't think he likes what's going on in Microsoft, but there's nothing he can do about it because he doesn't because he's just the head of Microsoft and the guy who runs Microsoft is Satya Nadella, and he's not a gamer. He's not a gamer. Like he's a businessman at the end of the day. It is what it is. And a lot of these guys are businessmen. They're not gamers. They're businessmen,
Right.
I think that's part of the massive problem in the industry. The people running the industry are nothing more than businessmen. The men who have all the power are businessmen, and they don't give a shit. They could say all this shit till the cows come home about we care about gamers and all the other dog shit. They don't fucking care. They're
Yeah. No, they
businessmen
don't.
at the end. They get
Yeah.
paid. They get paid to make money, not to make us feel good. It is what it is. Whitney's in the chat. What's going on, Whitney?
What's up,
Also
Whitney?
very bad. Yeah, also very bad timing. Everyone's excited for Microsoft showcase in June. It's close to dead, if not straight up dead. People will look forward to Nintendo Direct and PlayStation State of Play in June. I'm looking forward to PlayStation State of Play because I want to know what the fuck they're making. Like, I just want to know what they're doing because I like when it comes to their first party studios, I don't see nothing that they're doing. I don't see nothing. So we'll
Um,
see. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
are you interested in any of these future showcases? Like any of them, whether it's
Not,
Microsoft, Nintendo,
not
or
really.
Sony?
No, not really. No,
Hmm.
not really. No, because like I don't even know what to look forward to. Like the game that I've been looking forward to the most already came out already. That was Tekken 8, and I'm happy. And I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing. What do I don't see what Microsoft can offer to where it'd be like, oh man, I'm excited to have this Xbox. I don't see that. And when it comes to Nintendo, they're probably gonna make a new console soon. So we pretty much have to wait for that. So Nolan says I find it pretty funny how we can go through a period of claiming legendary studios following the EA model. And a year or two later, the death of the studio outsources of Xbox games to PlayStation. Yeah, and even EA, they're not absolved of it. They actively tried to kill Battlefield, and then I found out today that their CEO, said he played Battlefield and it's going to be a great live service. Now you tried to do that last time and it failed in your face.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we'll see. But like I said, if I'm not impressed, I'm not buying that fucking game. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. So
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
what it
I
is.
mean, I'm not happy either. I mean, it is obviously we have no choice but to accept it. But you know, this is the direction where the gaming industry is going to now, and um, yeah, I'm just. Oh, and Kidvid. What's up, Kidvid? He says looks like Microsoft lay off 1,900 people from the workforce. The 1,900 people are they the ones from the studios that they just closed?
It could be. They didn't give a specific number, but like I said, we don't know we don't know anything else as of right now because we're doing the podcast. But I haven't looked it up. But yeah. But if you 4 studios, big if they're all like big studios, then it would add up to 1,900. But like I said, we don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot. I mean, it could be more. It could be more than 1,900. You're talking about 4 studios, and when you look at all the one game just takes a ton of people, to make that game. So I mean, who knows, man? But
But,
unfortunately, Microsoft is just doing another disservice to their fans.
yeah. Speaking of Sony and stupid, you could do this topic.
Yeah, speaking of Sony, I'm not going to um you know allow this to linger for too much, only for the simple fact that they kind of went back on their word. But
Yeah.
here's what happened. But here's what happened. We had a situation in regards to Helldivers 2. Now Helldivers 2, even our friends such as Soul and Big James, they're telling me how great the game is. Have you tried the game out yet?
No, no, I haven't had. I just haven't had time.
Okay, so I'm not gonna read this whole entire article. But let me just have you guys get a quick visual, just in case that anyone hasn't seen it. Um, where it says here, let me know when you see it.
Yeah.
Where it says here, Sony demands PSN accounts for Helldivers 2 PC players, and it's not going well. Um, all right, let me just read the part that I thought it was important, and then I'll switch to the other article to Sony's response. So I have both of them here, but let's start with this one first. Where it says there's a lot of stories behind the modern PC gaming industry balled up inside one recent update to Helldivers 2. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced Thursday night that current players of the runaway hit co-op shooter will have a connect their Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account starting on May 30th. with
Mm-hmm.
a hard deadline of June 4th. New players will be required to connect the two starting Monday, May 6th, which was what, yesterday. Officially, this is happening because of the safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studio games. I call cap on that. Account leaking allows Sony to ban abusive players and also give banned players the right to appeal. Sony writes that it would have done this at launch, but due to technical issues, we allowed the linking requirements for Stream accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. I'll read this one last part. We understand while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, an inconvenience? No, 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 no. Like this is only about control. Is what I have been saying since last year, and I think even the year before that. All it is just about control. All it is about you, just constantly trying to get money from these people. That's all it is. I don't want to hear this garbage, this notion about, oh, we want to increase safety. That's a cop out. That's just using that as a scapegoat. It has nothing to do with that. It's just you want to control the gamers. That's what you want. All right, let me finish this. This helped us to continue to build the community that you are all proud to be a part of. Sony writes in the update, the Helldivers community on Reddit is flushed to dissenting posts today, and streamed reviews of the game have taken a marked turn side of the announcement. All right, so let me get out of here.
Let me address that part first. What you said.
Okay.
Okay. No, I didn't pay attention to this story because I'm not a PC player. I don't give a shit about PC gamers. Respectfully, I don't give a shit about y'all. I don't care about. I don't care about. I don't care about Sony. Here, let me change that because there are definitely PC gamers in that I know about. That's not. I don't mean it in that way. I don't care about my Sony trying to appease you guys because since I bought this fucking console, they need to appease me. I don't give a shit about how they treat PC gamers because I'm
Okay.
not a PC gamer. Now, with that said, you said that them requiring a login is about control, and I agree with that. Here's the
Okay.
thing: every company does this. Microsoft does it. EA does it. Ubisoft does it. Everybody does it. And Sony was going to do the same thing, but because the game pretty much hit fire a lot more, the game became a lot more popular than they anticipated,
Okay.
and because of that, it caused connection issues. So they decided, you know what, we will not require to sign in right now, but they did say that it was going to be done originally. It was going to be done originally. So if everyone else does it and this was something that was known, then I don't see why you're complaining. Not you per se, but PC gamers. I don't know why you guys are complaining. You know what I mean? But it's one thing to complain. It's another thing to take a game that we all know that you like, go on Steam and downrank the game. That's childish dog shit behavior from you bums.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, um, Tidbit said that DRM always hurts customers, which is the reason why people chose Steam on PC to be DRM free. But companies like to force their own DRM within Steam. No one wants to support it. All right. Well, I mean, you can continue reading.
Well, I mean, when he says, yeah, DRM hurts customers. Um, but you see who we like. Look, you see where Kidvid continues, which is the reason why people choose Steam. So, and he's right about that. And I understand that you say that, well, you don't care about them because they're supposed to appease you because you invest in their console, which is true.
Yeah.
But now you're even. I understand that it's their it's their game, but they're invading in their space. They're invading in their space. They don't some of the things that they do, like for example, paying for online, they don't have to do any of that stuff.
Yep.
So you're causing, in my opinion, a disservice to the PC side, because they shouldn't have to be obligated to sign up, to your account when they know they could play the game by default without your account anyway. You you
Yeah, but
you
we
you're,
have,
ca-
you have
you're
to understand.
causing an inconvenience
But
to them. Go ahead.
you have to understand why that was done in the first place. It was done so that they can test the servers, and that it was done. It was not done maliciously. It was done because they couldn't get into the server. So they're like, okay, you know what? Screw the login right now. But you are gonna have to do it in the next sooner or later. And people should have known that. Now here the I don't know if you're gonna read the part, but yeah, I'll let you read. I'll let you read.
Oh, what were you going to say?
No, cause I was gonna tell you this part that what Sony did that was fucking stupid.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
Right. Here's the part that they did with that was stupid. Right. So when they found out that you have people from all over the world, that some of them can't access PSN because PSN is not available in their country, what did they do? They removed the game from those countries.
What? Completely?
Yeah, they delisted the game. They delisted the game from Steam in those countries. Now, um, I'm gonna get to your part. Let me go to my screen share.
Hmm.
I want everyone to see how many countries there are. Right. So shout out to one of my favorite card shows, Animaniacs. Um,
Is that
these are all.
was that in your top five?
Is it in my top five? I think it either it is or it's definitely on honorable mention.
Yeah.
Honorable mention. Now, before they did the reversal, these are all the countries that you could not play, that you could not buy Helldivers in. So hopefully you guys can hear this. Did you hear that?
A little bit. If you could put the volume up a bit more, it'll be perfect.
All right, let me see if I let me go to the sound system here. Let me turn this up to 100. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haiti, Jamaica, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Guyana, Belize, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam. Albania, Iraq, and Iran, there's Syria, Jordan, both Yemen, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, and Bhutan, Bangladesh, Mongolia, Philippine Islands, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana. Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Niger, Nigeria, Chad, and Liberia, Egypt, Benin, and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya, and Mali, Sierra Leone, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, and Cayman, Mauritania, Monaco, Palestine, Fiji, Sudan.
So those are all the countries that at one point could not access Helldivers.
Before we continue, you did that editing yourself?
No, it was somebody. Shout out to, let me see who did that.
Yeah. Give that person a shout out.
I saw this video and I cracked up. Bobby Wasabi, he did that. Shout out to Bobby Wasabi.
Wow, like that had to have taken time, because he moved. He's saying these countries, like really really fast, and so I think that's very impressive.
100 and I think it was like 117 countries did not have access to your game because of this.
Wow.
And like I said, I don't care how they treat PC gamers, because I'm not a PC gamer. I don't care. But the reason why they reversed this is because they look stupid doing this. They look stupid. They should. I don't know what they could have done. Frankly, I don't care what they could have done. But you had to, whatever they did, they fucked up. It is what it is. At least we got the good meme out of that one. So
Yeah. So big shout out to what's his name again?
Bobby Wasabi.
Bobby, what's up? Yeah, shout out to you, man. Very, very good job, with the editing. It kind of threw me off, but then I had to remember what you had said. Like these are just the countries that Sony removed the games from. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. So, but anyway, oh, I think we got a new comment. Oh, okay, that's just Whitney saying hi. All right, so Sony reverses its decision to force. I like this. I like this one. To force PC players to sign up for PlayStation Network. So let's see. Sony originally announced that PlayStation Network will be mandated. As a result, Helldivers review scores on Steam have reached an all-time low. I think this is what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers was removed from sale for 177 different countries, total over 2.6 billion people. Now, Sony has announced this mandate for PlayStation account will no longer happen. Helldivers 2 released a massive success about 3 months ago. So much so that our Brendan Lawley has been a one-man Liberty dispenser and delivery news ever since its launch. In short, it's a wonderful game that brought millions of players together across PlayStation and Steam in the name of liberation. That was until now. The Steam community was in an uproar over Helldivers' latest mandate requiring PlayStation Network account. On the surface, this might not seem like a big deal. However, Microsoft, Ubisoft, oh, you mentioned this on movie. So yeah, shout out to you. Microsoft, Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, and others require this in games like Grounded to play online. So the question he asks, what's the deal? Well, the PlayStation Network isn't available in all countries. In those countries, the PlayStation Network doesn't work. But important here, this is very important. It doesn't even work, which means players who bought the game already could lose access. Some players in those locations have shown their attempts to create a PSN account through a VPN only to be banned. Wait a minute. So they're trying. If I'm interpreting this correctly, they're trying to find ways to play your game, and you ban them. What? Does this make any sense to you?
Well, if I don't know. I think they don't want people using VPNs for whatever. I don't know why, but I think they just don't.
But okay. Right. Yeah, we already know about the reviews, and let me see if there's anything else that's important here. Some users pointing out that the account requirement has always existed on Steam page, although there's been some conflicting information as the PlayStation that was linked by the Arrowhead Studio CEO said that the PSN accounts were optional at the time. It's now been changed to reflect accounts are mandatory. So why sell a game in a place where it couldn't eventually be played? Well, Sony has corrected that problem. In the latest change of Helldivers 2, Sony has removed the game from sale in 177 countries. Browsing through SteamDB shows the full list, and after using Worldmeter to calculate the total number of people living in these countries, the total number is well over 2.6 billion. And yeah, so yeah, you pretty much gave us a funny from the showcase with Animaniacs of showing us the countries that are no longer having a game. All right, so yeah, we got the gist of the most important part, when it comes to this stuff. Here's my opinion on this. I think Sony's being. I think first thing, I think Sony should just find some way for them to have access to play your game, and if that means they have to use VPN or some other third-party software in order for them to play your game, you should allow them to do that, because at the end of the day, they purchased your game. So knowing you, how in the world you didn't have the foresight to determine that, okay, these people are not going to be able to have access to sign up on PlayStation or whatever the issue is. But instead of trying to correct it, you just decide to remove the game, from them. And how is that being pro-consumer? How is that catering to your fan base? People are trying to buy your game and play your game, and this is what you do. This is how you help the situation. To me, they're just being lazy. You need to find a way to make sure that these countries have access to your game, especially when you clearly see that they're trying to play it. Dude, bro, I don't know what the hell is going on with these companies. They're just being. I don't know if they need new management or you just have guys who are in the higher ups who just don't know what they're doing when it comes to these important decision making. They have no idea what they're doing. But it's funny that Sony decided to remove the mandate and say, "Oh, okay, we'll cater, to you guys. We'll cater to you," knowing that you guys say that, well, in order for us to fix the service or I guess give updates, oh, we need you guys to sign into PSN. Oh, okay. So I guess that's not important anymore. I would assume that these companies, that these studios would have you have a mandate for you to sign into their software or to their service, etc., etc. And to me, that is a legitimate reason. I think, even though I still believe it's just mainly about control. I think it's just that's what I think ultimately is for them to have control and have full power over you. That's what I believe. What it is. But it's funny how they were so quickly to remove that mandate to appease the PC gamers. I just thought that was I just find that to be very, very interesting because anybody with common sense would say, oh, okay, I guess that's a legit reason. You want to give updates and whatnot. Oh, okay, so I guess that's not a big deal anymore because you want to appease to the PC gamers. I mean, look, I don't know. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy behind that, but we'll never know. But what's your opinion on all this stuff?
Like I said, I don't care about how they treat PC gamers. No, I don't care. I just thought Steve disappeared. Let me text him that he's not online right now. He probably already knows, but let me text him. But yeah, pretty much, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Like, I want Sony to concentrate on the PlayStation 5. I don't care about PC gamers. Like, I just don't care. Let me get in contact with Steve real quick. Yeah, so I sent him a text. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't care. So normally you said you can confirm no PSN in Guam. Yeah, I mean it could be a government thing. Obviously, a lot of the countries that they did mention are poor countries, so the online infrastructure may not be available in those countries. Like pretty much all of Africa, can't play the game. You know what I mean? Okay, there you go. Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I pressed the X button by accident.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I don't care. I'm not a PC gamer. I don't care how they treat PC gamers. I want Sony to concentrate on PlayStation. But with that said, when it comes to like countries, them not being in other countries, it could be a government thing. Obviously the Ukraine situation, that's obvious what's going on over there. You have other countries that are pretty much poor countries, so that's probably why they don't have PSN over there. But like I said, I don't give. I really didn't care what they did. It's just that what they did was dumb, and like I said, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry about what happened to Sony. They can. I don't even care. So.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the basketball, and just in time, Malta's back with us, so we're gonna talk about basketball.
All right.
All right. So Cleveland and Boston are playing right now. Boston's up by 12. So I listen. I think Boston's gonna win the series. I know Porzingis is hurt, so he's not gonna be playing for. He's not. He's definitely not playing this series. So he's not playing. And I think Jared Allen for Cleveland, he's not playing, so that's lost for them. But I think Boston win the series, probably in six. I'll give him six. What about you?
You think Boston will beat them in 6?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think they'll beat them in 5.
Okay.
I think they'll beat them in 5. It's but it also depends if the situation with Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it really depends on him and like how healthy he's going to be, and but even if like I think Cleveland is just completely outmatched. So I just think that the Boston will win in 5 games.
All right, and then I don't think Cavs. Yeah, Multi said he doesn't think more than one. Yeah, so he got you playing. He got you saying that you're gonna win in 5. He just said that Ball Branco played great. What an underrated super series Cavs Magic was. Yeah, it was, and I give the series props because no one was paying attention to the series. No one was.
Yeah.
But it ended up I would say the last 3 games were excellent. And Orlando, they have something in Paulo Banchero. That dude is a beast. Everything that New Orleans wants Zion Williamson to be, that's Paulo Banchero right now. And that team's gonna be good for a little bit. You know what I mean? They might add like a veteran on their team. Like, you always hear about rumors about Klay Thompson going there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But they're gonna be good. And Paulo Banchero, that dude's the truth. That dude's the truth. So props to that series. Like I said, we weren't paying attention, but it ended up being a very good series.
Yeah, even if I wanted to watch it, most of it, most of it is like what's on NBA TV, which I don't have anymore. And besides, I'm still planning on canceling my Comcast Xfinity because they're expensive. I'm paying $300 a month, so it's way too expensive now. Got to get rid of it.
Yeah. All right,
Shout out to them. Game 7. I did see Game 7 because since it was on a Sunday, I think it was on ABC or yeah. So I was able to watch it. Very entertaining, and all I said to myself was, "Wow, I actually missed out on a really good series."
All right, give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah, so I thought that it was a very decent series. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch all the games because when you have other games that are just far more important with far more bigger names. I think it's only natural unless you are a Magic or Cavs fan to not really care. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think when it comes to Boston and Cleveland, I think Cleveland is just completely outmatched. The Cavs are just completely outmatched, with Boston. I think Boston is heavy loaded. They're just filled with talent, and I think that, they're more physical. And I mean, you can see it right now. Like I think they're winning by double digits right now. It's on commercial right now. But as you all can see, it looks like they're just cruising. It's like they're on cruise control. Like they're not really taking them serious because they're just being completely outmatched against Boston.
Okay.
At least I think so.
All right. Indiana and New York. Now they had their game yesterday, and New York won. I think this series also goes 6. I'm gonna go with New York because they can actually play defense. But I will say this: that call that they did the moving screen, that's garbage.
I agree.
That call was garbage, and DiVincenzo he flopped. but he got the call. It is what it is. And then what was more egregious is they made a kickball call when it wasn't a kickball.
Yes.
And I thought I don't understand. I don't understand how you have 3 referees on the floor. How did not one person see this? How did
You
not one referee see this?
and what's funny was that you know how officials will usually when they make a mistake or if they're too reluctant to make a call, you see how they all 3 of them would gather together and and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do any of that. They didn't do none of that. And when you look at that play, you could clearly see that there was no way the official had a clear view of it being a kickball or if it was just a steal or whatnot. He didn't actually see it. He didn't actually see it. He assumed that it was a kickball. And is he going to be held accountable for that? No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. They got screwed, and I believe that Indiana should have won that game. I think Indiana should have won that game. But as far as where the series is going to go, I think it's actually going to go to 7 games.
Okay. Who you got winning?
I don't know.
I got New York winning in 6. So game 2, I believe, is tomorrow. So looking forward to that.
You know what? I'm gonna say Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
I think Indiana's gonna beat them on the road.
I just don't think defensively. I don't think they have enough defensively to beat New York.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the Western Conference, OKC and Dallas, that's gonna start today.
Who you got winning?
Like I said, man, I want to say, in my heart, look, the same reason why I'm picking the same reason why I picked Denver was the same reason why I was picking Dallas, because I think OKC is too young, but I don't think that matters anymore.
Well, when you go back, real quick, to the last game that we were talking about, aren't both teams? Isn't Indiana younger than New York? I mean, isn't New York younger than Indiana?
No. You have Jalen Brunson, who's a vet. Josh.
Oh, that's right. He's a vet. That's right. He's a vet.
Yeah,
he just wasn't utilized as much in Dallas. That's the problem.
Yeah. Really up until his last year.
Yeah.
And then DiVincenzo is a vet. Like, they have a veteran-laden team. Like, Indiana, by comparison, is young, but even, Helldiver is young. But, they have other guys. Like, I mean, they have young players, too. So, but OKC is really young. But, I don't know, man. Like, I just think that the best player in the series is Luka. And if you get anything from Kyrie, that's a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And they have good players around them. So,
but it seems like you're not really sure who's going to win that series.
Yeah, my brain says Dallas.
Oh.
My heart says OKC. So I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Malta said that Knicks and Pacers are on the rise. Warriors, Lakers, Heat, Suns, and maybe even Bucks and Sixers those teams are over.
Whoa, you agree with that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. The Sixers, they have money in free agency, so I don't. So they might try to get like Paul George or somebody like that.
Yeah.
He said that the OKC will win the championship, and he said that Dallas doesn't stand a chance. I don't buy that at all. As long as you have Luka Doncic, you always stand a chance.
I want to respond real quick what he said when he said the Knicks and Pacers are on the rise and Warriors and everybody else is they're over. I do agree with you with the 76ers. Now as far as the Miami and the Lakers, it obviously depends what LeBron is going to do and what Jimmy Butler is going to do. Jimmy Butler, I think he already said he wants a max contract. And I mean, to me, it just really depends on what they do with Jimmy Butler. If they decide, to keep him and like let's say give him max or whatnot, the team will stay relevant. They're just I just don't think they'll be able to compete, for championships. But I don't think that team will be over, like completely done, where they have to rebuild and start from scratch. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it really all depends what they do with Jimmy, if they're going to give him a max contract or not.
Yeah.
And obviously, with LA, it just depends what they do with LeBron. Like if LeBron leaves, then yeah, they're done. If LeBron stays, no, that team is going to stay relevant. They're just going to be another playing or a 9th, 8th, or 10th seed, and they'll be a playoff team, and nothing more. So I can't say they're over. Warriors, they're done. Suns, they're done. The Bucks, no, I can't say the Bucks. As long Giannis already signed the contract, I think he signed an extension. I think he did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. They're not done. As you have one of the best players in the league, no, you'll be fine. The Bucks will be fine.
Right, and then he asked, do you think he deserves it? Based on what he's done with the team, he does. But that comes with a caveat that he has to play more games during the regular season.
Wait a minute. What? What did you say?
That he has to play more games during the regular season. That's what Pat Riley said, basically.
Well, but you were somewhat on his side when he wasn't really taking the regular season seriously because all that matters in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm still on his side, but he's also 36 years old. So it depends on what they want to do. I look, it's not my money, so it don't matter to me.
Well, it doesn't matter. You still support the team. It doesn't matter if it's not your money.
But I'm gonna support the team regardless of whether they give him the max or not. If you're not gonna give him the max, you might as well trade him. If you do give him the max, then you're gonna have to make the team better. I don't know if I don't want Jimmy Butler playing there hobbled. If he's hurt, he's hurt. But what the Miami Heat want is that they want availability because there are too many guys who got hurt this year and who didn't play. And in their opinion, they believe that that's the reason why they were in the play-in instead of being in the playoffs. That's what they think. So, it is what it is. You have anything to say, or we can move on to the last series?
Because you basically agree with Malta. I want to know what. So you think it's over for the Bucks?
Do I think it's over for the Bucks? No, they have Kawhi. They have Damian Lillard and they have Dame and Giannis. It's not over for them.
Oh, okay.
Not over for them. Some of the other teams that he mentioned, like I said, it depends on what the Heat do. The Lakers, I don't know how they're gonna get better. The Suns, same thing. I don't know how they're gonna get better. Like I said, the Sixers have money, so I mean he's not wrong when it comes to Knicks and Pacers, but the other teams, like, it just depends on the situation.
Well, I mean, I didn't say much about the Suns, but with the Suns, now that I think this was last week when I was talking about Kevin Durant. Now that he's unhappy there, listen, the guy. I already said before. I'm already getting sick and tired of Kevin Durant's complaints, and I'll say this real quick. The main reason why I'm so sick and tired of his complaining is because you had talent around you, and not just any talent, elite talent. That's what really pissed me off about.
Yeah, Devin Booker. That's it.
I think you acting okay. That's talent, right?
Yeah, Devin Booker. That's it.
And Bradley Beal.
Come on, he's not. What we've been over there. He's not a superstar. He's a guy. Until you show me otherwise, he's just a guy.
He's just
but then after Bradley Beal, who else do they have?
I mean, when you have when you have, and I think you would probably agree with this, when you have a big three in your team, it's automatically championship aspirations.
Of course, it's championship aspiration, but is it really a championship level team? And they're not.
Well,
Clearly,
I mean, yeah, we know that now. We know that now. But when you decide, to put, talent and the big three. I mean, I know you say you don't really count them, as a big three because of Beal, but look, at the end of the day, they called them the big three. And if that's what you're going to do, as an organization, have three all stars, in one team. Obviously, your goal is to win a championship, and they didn't even get out the first round. So with Kevin Durant, all this stuff about him complaining about this, about that, like, enough already. You know what? Why don't you just do the same thing when you go to Golden State? What are you going to go to Timberwolves because they beat you? Is that what you're going to do, Kevin Durant? Are you going to go to the Timberwolves? You're going to go to Boston so you can win your championship? Are you going to go to Boston? I know you're going to go to Denver, right? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to go to Denver? Well, get the F out of here with this bull crap about you not happy. You haven't been happy anywhere ever since you have left OKC. You haven't been happy anywhere.
He never said anything about being unhappy in Phoenix. He never said anything about that.
What did he say?
He said that, well, according to a report, that he was uncomfortable with the offensive play calling that they had during the year. That's why. I mean, I don't know. Frank Vogel hasn't been fired yet, so hopefully he don't get fired now. I don't really care. But so how is he expecting a max contract if he had to play 5 more years? I think the extension is for 2 extra years. So, I mean, look, guys are not going to turn down money. So, it is what it is. KD feels uncomfortable being on a 73-9 team.
I mean, it's like I said before. Where are you going to be happy or comfortable at? You were regarded as one of the best players in the league, especially when you went to OKC, which I don't care if I'm in the minority. You could call me a contrarian or all you want to. I still said that Steph Curry, was the best player, in my opinion. Now, you went over there, you got your 2 championships, you decided to leave, and everywhere you went to, you were uncomfortable or unhappy. Like, enough. Move on.
Bro, honestly, Bradley Beal has never been much of a superstar because he definitely was putting up empty stats when he was averaging 30 points a game. When they were going to the playoff with John Wall, Beal averaged 19 in the regular season. Steph Curry was definitely the bus driver on that team and the best player, obviously.
Well, Hoovy disagree with that. He doesn't believe that Curry was the best player. He think he was Kevin Durant. I stay with Steph Curry.
Brian's in the chat. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Brian?
All right. The shocker of the second round right now is what's going on between Denver and Minnesota.
And what did I say? No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
You made an educated guess. You didn't discover anything new. But the first game was close, but the second game Denver just got their asses whooped. And here's the thing. Clearly Murray is hurt, but they are D'ing him up. And we'll talk about Murray in a second.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about Murray in a second. But he's obviously getting D'd up to hell. He's getting D'd up to hell. And right now, what is happening right now, and mind you, they did that without Rudy Gobert. Because he had his first kid, so he was with.
Shout out to him. He had his first kid, and
I think he officially won Defensive Player of the Year again for the 4th time.
They announced it?
Huh?
They announced it?
I think I saw a vote. I think I saw like a vote that got leaked. The votes got leaked, and he's likely going to win that award if he hasn't already won already.
Okay.
So Minnesota, basically what they've done the first 2 games, they've stifled Denver's offense. stifled their offense. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and the thing with obviously, you know, I think Joker's been okay, but he has to be amazing in order for them to win the series. It seems like, and Charles Barkley said this, and I agree with him. They're able to guard him 1-on-1, and that's the biggest thing when it comes to a player like Joker. If you have to commit bodies to him, it leaves everyone else open. But but the thing is that if you guard him 1-on-1, you know, if he's not making all his shots, then he's not getting his teammates involved. So what kills you is not just Joker, right? It's not just Murray. It's Michael Porter, you know, hitting threes. Aaron Gordon being all over the place. It's you know, Pope making threes, Brown making threes, and Minnesota pretty much shut all that shit down. You know, they shut that shit down. And losing 2 games on your home floor, that's a killer.
Yeah,
that's a killer. If this was 2 games in Minnesota, I would have been like, okay, this series is still far from over. Because that they expect to win at home. That's what they're supposed to do, win at home. But you can't have them beat you twice at home.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's over, but the fat lady, she's prepping right now. She's prepping. She got her makeup. You know, she got her gear ready. She all right now. What she's doing right now, she's prepping the vocals. Because I have a hard time seeing Denver win both games in Minnesota. I think they can do it, but I don't know if they will.
Well, when you have guys who like a Anthony Towns, and you have a guy like Edwards, I think the issue is, I mean, I'm not too familiar how tall, you know, Edward is, but he is far, you know, bigger, more muscular. He seems to be more physical, obviously, than Jamal Murray. And okay, before I continue, who do you think is the best player in that team right now?
Ooh, for Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony Edwards, easy.
Now, in my opinion, I do think it's Anthony Edwards also, but I believe that Towns, he could still you know lead that team if he was the best player, in my opinion.
No, they did that already. Did not go over well.
Well, because look, I think he had the same amount of points as Edwards, plus I think like 12 rebounds.
Oh yeah. When he plays well, he's amazing. But when he was the top, remember, this is the reason why Jimmy Butler left, didn't want to stay, because he didn't see much of leadership from Anthony Towns. And he's not the leader of that team. Anthony Edwards is. Anthony Edwards is the straw that stirs that whole thing going on.
I agree.
He's the main guy. But
what I mean is, like, that's still like 1-2 punch though. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely. But when he plays well, is when that team can really be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And championship, because the defense they're playing right now, that's championship quality defense. That is championship quality defense, and I know how great they are defensively, but I didn't think they can do that against the Nuggets. And
well, here's it. This is the one thing that I should have said, but I completely forgot to mention it. Remember how I was criticizing Anthony Davis?
mm-hmm.
How he wasn't demanding the ball in the fourth quarter, and how I played the little clip of what Chris Broussard had said, pretty much calling him out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all had, well, I mean, at least I did mention how he's not a very fun player to watch, similar to like a Tim Duncan. Like, he's kind of like unorthodox and whatnot. But to me, I have always said that he's not really this agile, type of big men like a Karl Anthony Towns or Giannis, etc. Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis had, to a degree, exposed Joker by going at him, by using his strength and by using his agility and etc.
Yeah.
I think the Timberwolves pretty much did the exact same thing, but they did it for all the quarters. They made that dude work. They made him work. Yeah. And what Anthony Davis did, in my opinion, I think was the blueprint. Be physical with the. Go ahead.
I agree with you, but here's the person who I think always had the blueprint. Is that Joel Embiid? Like anytime Joel Embiid played Joker, like he outplayed Joker. He outplayed him, but you expect that from Joel because he's amazing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's amazing. But the thing is that they are being physical with Joker, and
yes,
when you add that plus the struggles of Jamal Murray, then yeah, Denver doesn't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
and I honestly I did not expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect to win. I expected them to win one of the games because the way how physical they are, and bro, they're huge. We were talking about freaking trees here, man. Like these guys are huge, very muscular, has so much agility. I think this is just going to be a major problem for the Nuggets. And in addition to that, if Murray doesn't get healthy in game 3, bro, they're getting swept. They're going to swept because you need somebody to back up Joker. Joker obviously cannot do this by himself when he had to handle all these big muscular guys because he has to do with Edwards and he has to deal with Gobert. The thing is they have options to throw whoever they want at the Joker, and I think it's going to cause his endurance to wane as the series goes on.
Yeah, and they have great guard, like obviously you have Naz Reid, who's been excellent all year, 6th man of the year. They have several guards that's harassing Murray. They're deep. They're a deep team. They're a young team, and they have that dude in Anthony Edwards. So, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say that the series is over, but it's getting there. Like I said, the fat lady, she's prepping.
So she's meal prepping, or not meal prepping. She's preparing for the main course. Yeah.
I mean, yes, pretty much. All right, so before we move on to the basketball drama, Jamal Murray, for some reason.
Do you have the video by any chance? Please tell me you have the video.
Oh yeah, let me go find it. But for some reason, he decided to throw a heat pack on the court. I don't understand why he did. I don't understand why he did that, and I also don't understand why he didn't get suspended. Because if he throws a heat pack and someone sprains their ankle and they're out, how does he not get suspended? That's what I'm trying to. That's why I'm not understanding this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Let me go to YouTube. Yeah, I don't understand how he didn't get suspended. It makes no sense.
Yeah. When he did that, obviously, we're going to talk about Patrick Beverley. When he did that, I said to myself, bro, why are these guys who's making millions and millions of dollars acting like children? What in the world would entice or give him the incentive to throw something while this wasn't during halftime or the game is over. Like this is while everybody is actually playing. If somebody had stepped on that whatever object he threw, I don't know if it was a towel or something, bro, we're talking about twisting an ankle, hurting a groin. Bro, that was extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous.
I don't understand what the fuck he was thinking. To me, this is a suspension. This is a worthy suspension. It really is.
Bro, look how close that was, bro.
He could have hurt. He could have hurt. Like he could have hurt his own teammate doing that.
Okay, and you believe that was should have been what? You said a 1 game or 2 game suspension?
No, one game.
Oh, okay.
1 game. But it just like it's stupid. Why are you doing that?
Bro, look, did you see how close he, bro? All right, yeah, or you're still showing it. I want you to can you pause it? You can't pause it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
let me go a little bit more.
Yeah. Wow. I wish we could be able to zoom in. Let me see if you could play it again and pause it real quick again. Wow, look, dude. He could have easily had slid and hurt his groin or twisted an ankle, bro.
Yeah. Could have happened to Towns. Could have happened to and Reggie Jackson already had. Is that Reggie Jackson? No, yeah, it is Reggie Jackson. And look, Reggie Jackson, he left the game with an ankle injury. Imagine if that. Yeah, go ahead.
Did he throw that thing twice?
Oh, I don't know. I only saw it once.
All right, good. Keep going. Let me see if I can find it. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. You could talk.
Oh, Reggie Jackson left the game with an injury. Just imagine if he actually hurt somebody. If he actually hurt somebody doing that. That's why I'm surprised he didn't get suspended. He got lucky.
Oh my gosh, bro!
It doesn't make any sense.
Man,
makes
dude,
no sense.
All right, I think I. Let me see. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. All right. While you do that, let me read some comments. I know Malta. Let me see. Hold on. Well, Iguodala held LeBron to just 36 points a game. Was it too? Well, here's the thing. Even though he did average all those points, Iguodala did play great defense on him. He absolutely did. But you also have to take into account LeBron didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love in that series. Let me see.
Okay, he only threw it once. I could have sworn he threw it twice. Okay, never mind.
Best thing about Steph Curry was his shoe store. I've never been there.
Are you talking trash, Brian? That's not like you, man. Like Steph Curry, he's a four-time champion, unanimous MVP. Like I think you need to give him more credit than that.
Multi asked, did you guys see how they ripped the ball from him in the third quarter? I think you're talking about Joker. Like he was panicking big time. Let me see. Shout out to the players knocking up women on the off season for them to be born playoff time. outside of baseball, because that baseball season is long and it's hard not to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't really have much else to say about Murray. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't understand the mindset.
Yeah, it's just plain stupidity, man. And what really got me so irritated was that he did this while obviously you're losing, and you do something so stupid where you're going to be down 0-2, taking the risk that you would have gotten suspended, and then you won't be available for game 3. Like that was just, he was just not using his head at all. I don't know what's going on with these players throwing objects at people. They're just stupid.
Well, since you mentioned it, we might as well talk about Patrick Beverley. Yeah, speaking of stupid, let's talk about Patrick Beverley.
Alrighty, Patrick Beverley, man. Wait, hold on. I guess you have the video.
I'm gonna try to look for it. Okay, let me do the search.
All right, so since you're looking for it, I'll just say this. Okay, so we have a situation with Patrick Beverley, and I have always said over, even in recent past, that someone like Patrick Beverly is important to any team. He's like a shorter version of Draymond Green to a degree. A guy who is very vocal, a guy who energizes the team, and a guy who could play defense. I don't care what anybody says. I think Patrick Beverly is a great defensive player. You need someone like that on your team, someone who will hustle, grab the loose balls, etc., etc. You need someone like that who could do all the crazy dirty work, put his body on the line. However, this dude's been having a track record of just doing stupid stuff, stupid, heinous things in the court. We've seen him throw objects at people. We've seen him push people in the back like he did with Chris Paul.
Look at that. Okay, let me. You seen this right now, right?
Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me rewind back a little bit. All right. Let me rewind back. If you notice, he tried it the first time he did it. The first time he did it, he tried to do it slickly.
Yeah.
See, he tried to do that slickly.
Yeah.
And then he probably accidentally hit somebody, and then he tried to throw it at another fan. Here's my thing. And I'm right now seeing this right now. If this fucking guy doesn't get 10, if he doesn't get suspended, then what the fuck are you doing in your league, Adam Silver? This fucking bum should not be playing it. As far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't be in the league, period.
Oh, snap.
This is what dog shit behavior from this fucking ass clown.
Do you think the league should ban him?
He should be fucking banned.
Whoa.
Now, here's the thing. I don't like the dude because of bullshit like this. You threw a ball at you could have hit an innocent fan doing what you did. That alone should be 10 games right there. If you had an issue with the fan, you talk to security. Because let's be real, you weren't doing jack shit in the game anyway. So talk to security and tell them to remove the fan. Now, you're not LeBron James. You're not Russell Westbrook. So they probably didn't listen to you because you're a bum. But even with all that, if you had a problem, you talk to security. You don't throw objects at people. I don't give a shit what they said. I don't care what they said. If you want someone to get someone out of the building, you can do that. Even though you're not famous, and you're only famous because of how you act. So go ahead, Steve. I hate this fucking guy. I've never been a fan of this bum. Never.
Yeah, I know. You never liked him. So, like I said, he has a track record of just with his theatrics, with his constant drama, with people, constant fights, with people. And we've seen, situation where he did actually hurt someone, when he actually hurt Russell Westbrook. I don't know if you remember that play.
Yeah, but even with that, even with a play like that, garbage. But I don't think he did that intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he did that intentionally. I think it was just it was an unfortunate situation, and unfortunately, Westbrook got hurt. Because I seen guys do that shit all the time. Yeah. I seen Westbrook do it. So if it was just that, I would not hold that against him.
Okay.
It's just the constant stream of bullshit from this fucking ass clown that we see from him. So, I mean, I don't know, if you have, I have the Nick Wright video if you want.
Yeah,
I
want to, really, I do have something to say, about this.
So I've seen
right.
the whole journey, Pat, and I'm going to go through it for the audience because it's as embarrassing as anything that happened last night. From when you got to Houston, I was there. You were thrilled to be in the league. Happiest guy in the world, hanging out at Onyx at 3 a.m. with your ridiculous fake chains because you couldn't get into Dreams yet. I understand. I was in a similar spot, buddy. And you went from that to whatever you've become, a delusional, cheap shot artist, misogynistic clown, promoting your podcast at the expense of your career, which to its credit.
Now, the reason why he called him a misogynist, he's gonna explain.
Right, I was that's why I wanted. That's part of the reason why I wanted you to play the video. But go ahead.
Okay. No. If that's what your point is, then we'll continue.
Let me check. While still behind Andy Roddick's tennis podcast and your own teammates pod, you are ahead of Bear Grease by Clay Newcomb. So good luck with it. So how did you get here? And how did Pat Bev become a guy that we talk about despite the Basketball Reference page? A creation of your own delusion in Houston. One and done every year that you played. You know how they broke through to make the conference finals? I don't know, but I know you were out that year. Then they didn't have another playoff run till they traded you and then promptly made another conference finals. So what happened then? You went to the Clippers and you beat Kevin Durant in a basketball game and talked about it. And then he promptly dropped 50 on you and reminded everyone who he was and who you were. That offseason, you then declared to anyone who would listen, the next 5 years are mine. Steph Curry's had his time. By the way, those 5 years ended literally last night. It's been 5 years since then. How did that go, those 5 years? Well, the first year, what happened in the bubble? You started the bubble by disrespecting Michelle Roberts in front of your colleagues, and they had to talk you down from it. You ended the bubble by being a key part of the biggest gag job in the last 30 years in the NBA. What did you do the next season? The next year, Ty Lue's big adjustment. The one time the Clippers are going on a playoff run. You remember what it was? Sitting your ass on the bench. That's what turned that playoff run around. How did that playoff run end? Oh, yeah. With Chris Paul having the best game of his life on you and you dealing with it by shoving a man in the back when he wasn't looking.
Yeah, pause it, real quick. See, when that was the time where I started to lose a little bit of respect for Patrick Beverley. Now I know I knew you had this animosity or dislike, disdain towards Patrick Beverley even before that. And I'm pretty sure you had you disliked him even before that incident. But to me, when he did that, that's what I said to myself that so when the guy is winning, when the guy is, let's say, shutting somebody down or at least slowing the person down, you're talking all this trash, but yet you can't handle when people are talking trash to you when you lose. Kind of similar how you always say the same thing about Shaq, how he's always extremely sensitive. This sore loser mentality that I've been seeing over the years, it's annoying. It's annoying. You see, it's fun when you see two guys get back and forth at each other, talking trash, getting in each other's faces. They're getting double technical fouls and whatnot. That's awesome to see. But yet, when you start hitting people from the back because you're losing, that is when I have completely lose all the respect that I had for you. All of it, completely dissipates. So I said to myself, wait a minute, the game is pretty much over, and you didn't do this, in front of his face. You did it from behind. That irritated me. That really irritated me. This dude is constantly having the same track record over and over again. The same thing, with Dillon Brooks. The same thing, with Draymond Green. But at the very least, how you said it before, at least Draymond Green has rings. At the very least. You, on the other hand, you cause so much drama because you want to act like a buffoon in the NBA. Mind you, you're making millions of dollars, and you want to act like a buffoon. All right, let's continue.
Okay.
In calling a legend of the game a cone. What then happened after that? 2022, you won your championship. Unfortunately, it was a play-in game, and you celebrated like it was. And then 2023 to 2024, you have been on the Jazz, the Lakers, the Magic, the Bulls, the Sixers, and the Bucks. and not a single one of them wanted to keep you around. And you ended that tenure by throwing a basketball at a woman's head, getting it back, throwing it at another fan, and then yelling at another woman in the locker room because she doesn't listen to your terrible podcast. So if this was your last moment in the league,
you could. All right, now, okay. You don't have to play the rest of it if you don't want to.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to this.
I do not.
So you can't interview me then. No
Okay,
disrespect.
Here.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not.
So you can't interview me then. No
Okay,
disrespect.
Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, there were a couple times within a bucket or two. In previous games, y'all have been able to kind of get over that hump.
If he had just left it there, it would have been like, okay, whatever. You're just being a jackass. But this is where he goes over the line.
Or maybe
Touching her equipment, not your fucking equipment. Don't touch people's shit.
was it anything they did in particular, or was it just one of those where the bucket didn't go down, there wasn't the stop, they made one? What kind of prevented that you all from being able to get over, kind of like you have in the past?
You move that mic, please, or just get out the circle, please, for me, please, ma'am. If you're not subscribed to my pod, I appreciate that.
Enough. Yeah, I'm done with this. Fuck this fucking loser. Get him the fuck out of the league. He's a poor representation of what the league is supposed to be about. Fuck that dude. I don't give a shit about an apology or nothing like that. He can take his apology and shove it up his ass. I hate people who do that to other people. You want to know why I don't? You want to know why I don't like Ronda Rousey now? Because now you hear all these stories about her treating people disrespectfully behind the scenes in UFC, right? When it's easy for someone who had the power, who has fame, even as fleeting as his garbage fame is, right? When you treat people who just doing their job like that, that shows me what an awful human being you are. And straight up, if you know what, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, go ahead. Say it. Yeah, it's actually good. It's actually good. Go ahead.
I hope he plays in traffic, and I hope he loses. Fuck that dude. Fuck him. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. I am going to defend Patrick Beverley on this regard. Now, this has nothing to do with him throwing the basketball at the fans. This is completely something else. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, this is trivial or minuscule," but I just need to say it because it annoys me. I'm getting really sick and tired, whether if it's people in the sports media or people in the news when it comes to politics and whatnot. I am getting sick and tired of people not knowing their definitions. Now, you may think that what he did was misogynistic and whatnot. I don't think it was. And here's the reason why I need to bring this whole misogynistic crap that people are talking about. I'm gonna play this this clip real quick. Let me see if I can find it. All right, I'm going to. Well, actually, there's two 5-second clips that I need to address, real quick. And I know you're not gonna like this guy, but I have to play this just so I can make this point. Give me 1 second. Oh crap!
Oh, man, my neck's starting to hurt. Oh man.
All right, so I have it. Okay, right here. Now I know you don't like this guy, but you just hear me out, and I'm going. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to address what Nick Wright calling him a misogynist.
Do I subscribe to you? I do not.
So you can't interview me then. No disrespect.
Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool. That's cool.
Everybody's throwing a big sympathy party for Melinda Adams, and we're downplaying the real problem, which is his treatment of fans. We've created these little monsters. We've coddled and pampered and told these guys they can do no wrong, and so they think they can do no wrong. Standard operating procedure in sports journalism and just in journalism in general. We, the journalists, aren't that important. And if someone flies off the handle and threatens you or rude behavior towards you, you settle it behind the scenes or you move on from it. It's the price of admission.
Hey, shut the shit off. Fuck him. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No one has a right to treat anybody with that level of disrespect. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. It doesn't fucking matter who she is. It's not right that he threw the ball at the fan either. No one's dismissing that. But the reason why it's more personal is because a lot of people in media knows who she is. And even with all that, it's not okay. So shut the fuck up. Not you, obviously. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, so you're upset? I'm trying to understand why you're upset with him.
No, he's going about it with the media angle and all the other bullshit. Look, there's a reason why you're irrelevant. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about that. It's not about me. It's not about journalism, how you treat journalism versus how you treat fans. It has nothing to do with that. You have an ass clown who thinks he can treat anybody any type of way. That's the problem. You have a jackass who thinks he could treat anybody any type of way. That's the issue. Not whatever right-wing media bullshit you're trying to pull. Fuck off. You have anything else?
No, okay. The reason why I played that clip was because, to me, I understand that you're upset with Patrick Beverley, with this whole reporter thing. But that should not.
It's a level of blatant disrespect.
Okay, but the main issue of him going after the fans, that is the main issue. We shouldn't gloss over that just because how you treat that reporter.
No one is glossing over it. He's going to get suspended because of it. He's not getting suspended because of this. He's getting suspended because he threw the ball at the fan.
But everyone is only talking about this. That's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem.
I disagree.
If you go and type on Google right now, what all the headlines that you're going to see if you type in Patrick Beverley is about this.
I'll do that right now.
That's the problem that I have.
No, I'll do this right. I'll do that right now.
So it's not like Jason Whitlock doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. Because here's the thing, Steve. He's getting suspended because he threw the ball at a fan. That's why he's getting suspended. He's not getting suspended because of this. The reason why people are offended by this is because people know who she is. And probably her, like most people in media, don't like Jason Whitlock. So why is he gonna stand up for her?
Well, you're saying he should stand up for her. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't give two flying fuck what that fucking piece of fat fucking shit does about anything. I don't give a flying fuck what he does. But the reason why that is more personal as journalists because they know who she is, and they've been in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing if a player doesn't want to talk to you, even if he gets upset, it's one thing. But when you sit there, you tell them, "Oh, get out of my circle." When you sit there and be like, "Oh, you're not going to talk. I can't talk to you because you didn't listen to my podcast." Nobody wants to deal with that type of shit from a player of this magnitude. He's a fucking nobody. He's a fucking loser. So why is it that he can come in there and outright disrespect somebody because they're doing their job? Because they didn't listen to your fucking podcast? No, go fuck yourself. Seriously. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so the second clip, and I'm a shout out to Pat McAfee. This is the reason why, once again, people need to know what they're talking about. People need to use their definitions correctly. I'm getting sick and tired of these people trying to use these big words, but yet they don't know how to use them correctly. There was nothing misogynistic of what Patrick Beverley did because he had actually done this in recent past. Here's the clip. Oh crap! I need to share it. Oh crap! Yeah. So shout out to Pat McAfee. because obviously I didn't want to waste my time clipping stuff off. So this is going to be a few seconds of Pat McAfee. This is not the first time he did this, so let's take a look. Come on.
Subscribe to my podcast while y'all asking all these questions.
Of course.
Everybody?
We can't miss that. You have a podcast?
Okay, yeah, I'm cool then. Thank you.
Whoa. Let's look at it again.
Everybody?
We can't miss that. You have a podcast?
Okay, yeah, I'm cool then. Thank you guys so much.
He leaves. He said, did you subscribe to my podcast? They didn't subscribe to his podcast, so he didn't give them any type of respect. He left. This was not exclusive, to her because she's a woman.
Wait. I mean, okay, I'm not going. Look, the whole misogynist part, like, I'm not even going to get into that. I don't even care. But here's the thing: he didn't kick anybody out of his circle. All he did was just leave. And you know what's funny? If he just did that, we'd be like, okay, jackass move, but whatever. It ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. If he just did that.
No, he couldn't do that because the other guy did subscribe to his podcast. That's why he stayed. Because he asked the other guy, "Are you subscribed?"
Right, but what the problem that they have is that he kicked her. That not only did he disrespect her, he kicked her out the circle. That's the problem. Now, whether you guys want to label it misogynistic or not, I'll let you guys argue that.
It's not.
But the thing is that it's blatant disrespect.
Okay, I'll take that. But use definitions, correctly.
Whatever. It's blatant disrespect, and it should not be allowed from a loser of this quality.
Don't forget to subscribe to the pod. And if you're a kid, listen to your parents.
Listen to your parents.
Subscribe to the pod.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the pod, man.
Those are good teammates right there.
So obviously this is his thing. Yeah. Now it comes immediately after.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't want to take the risk. But he has done this in the past many times before. And I know you're not going to like this. It's been working. He has over 200,000 subscribers right now. He just got started. Unfortunately, because of him acting like a buffoon, he is now well known because of his buffoonery. That's how he's well known because of his buffoonery. And now he has this podcast where so many people are subscribed to him because people like us, people like sports media are constantly talking about him. They're constantly talking about him. Myself put a comment on a video, and I think it was First Things First. I said, how in the world will a guy who doesn't even average 10 points a game is constantly being talked about in sports media? How does that happen? How does that happen? How? Want to know how? Because he acts like a buffoon, and we reward people who acts like a buffoon. We've done it with Dylan Brooks. We've done it with Draymond Green, and now we do it with Patrick Beverley. And I guarantee you, we've done it many times before.
Did it with the presidency.
We've done this many times before. So again, when somebody wants to act stupid, it's going to be talked about on the news or in sports media, and then what happens? They get notoriety because of it. More and more people will actually know who he is because he's constantly being talked about everywhere. And he accomplished that without even averaging 10 points a game.
Him promoting the podcast is not the issue. It's disrespecting the lady. That's the issue. All the clips that you showed, he didn't disrespect not one person.
No, he did this. Remember, he left in the second clip.
Yeah, he left. He left, but that's not. You're just leaving. You're not taking any more questions. That's not disrespect.
Yeah, but it still shows. It doesn't display any type of him of being a misogynistic person. Nick Wright is wrong.
The only clip that you shown where he disrespecting somebody is with the woman. That's it. That's the only clip that we've seen so far. All that montage is not him disrespecting anybody. The only clip that we've seen so far is him disrespecting a woman. Now, again, you want to get hung up on the whole misogynistic thing, that's on you. I don't want to hear. Look, you can talk about him promoting the podcast. I don't want to hear nothing about that motherfucking loser podcast. Fuck him and fuck anybody he's on the podcast with.
All right. Okay.
Honestly, I just thought he was just an overrated defender.
Really?
But he's a garbage human being. He's an awful dog shit human being, and those are the type of people I have no interest in talking about or anything to that matter.
Okay.
So as far as I'm gonna be no last words. I hope he plays in traffic, and I hope he loses. Fuck him.
Okay. Now, I have one final thing to say. My last final clip, and we can move on. My last final clip that I want. Hold on.
Do you have one more clip?
Yeah, I got one more. I got one more.
All right.
I got one more clip to play, but the reason why I'm playing it is for me to make my point. Because remember, we talked about how Jamon Green, Dylan Brooks, etc., acting like a fool in the court, and unfortunately, Jamal Murray, acting like a fool. And look, and let's be real here. I understand people have their emotions. And for goodness sake, even Steph Curry, threw a mouthpiece, at a fan. Like, they completely disgusting. I'm surprised he didn't get suspended for that game. We've seen, this stuff, happen before, but Steph Curry does not have a track record. Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green and Patrick Beverley do. But the reason why I want to share this thing is to make one quick point in regards to Patrick Beverley, right? Okay. Where is my? Hold on, maybe. Oh, okay, right here. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to play. This is. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but what I did, I compiled a few clips of Patrick Beverley, because I know you say you don't like you think his defense is garbage and is always overrated and whatnot. But I'm going to play, a couple of clips.
I didn't say it was garbage. I said he was garbage.
No, well, you wasn't impressed with his defense anyway.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but I need to show a few clips of him playing defense, and that is going to lead, to my final point about Patrick Beverley.
Yeah, video buffering. You hear me?
What happened?
The video buffering is not playing smoothly.
It's buffering a lot?
Yeah.
Damn, but I see it perfectly on my end. All right, give me a second. Right now it's paused, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that thing lagging. That screen lagging.
Maybe if I minimize it. Let me see. Hold on. How about now?
No, still lagging.
Let me see. Still lagging?
Yeah.
Oh, let me play it for like 3 seconds, and then you let me know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're much better. Oh, now it's lagging.
It's lagging again?
Yeah.
Wait. I thought you said Coach Sony said it was much better.
It was.
What is going on here, man? All right, everybody else in the chat, is it laggy? I'm trying to see if anybody else, because I want to know if it's just on you or everybody else is experiencing the exact same thing. Oh, but I'll wait till response. All right, maybe if I make it smaller.
Yeah, Multi says lagging, and Nolan says lagging.
Okay, I'll try again. How's it now?
Yeah, lagging.
Huh?
Yeah, lagging.
Man, I can't hear you. What you said?
Yeah, it's lagging. It's lagging.
All right. So then I guess there's really no point of continuing it, because if it's lagging, then you guys can't see everything.
Okay, now. Yeah, it is lagging.
Crap, man. Let me think. Man, I don't think. Yeah, there's really nothing that I could do. There's really nothing that I could do. All right. Well, here's the point. What I was trying to make. I was trying to show you a few. I don't know if you remember the series where they were talking about how Patrick, the one where Nate Wright was talking about what he said, where Patrick Beverley kind of like slowed down or stopped Kevin Durant, and and then Kevin Durant pretty much destroyed him, in the next game and the next game after that. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Now, the next clip that I had was where he was guarding Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook threw an air ball, and they were showing how he was, on Russell Westbrook, that he wouldn't give him any space, etc., etc., etc. And then in the last clip I had was he was guarding LeBron James, where he blocked LeBron James' shot. It went out. He touched the ball last, and pretty much LeBron James had a turnover, and it was Clippers ball. And the reason why I wanted to show those clips was to say this, right? If you want to be mentioned in sports media, if you want people to talk about you, that is what you're supposed to do in the basketball court. We already know that you're not a great offensive player. We know that. That's a given. But if you want to be relevant, if you want people to talk about you, you play your ass out. I said that incorrectly, but you know what I'm trying to say. You play your ass off, play hard defense, you guard the best player, you stop the best player, and of course people are going to give you notoriety. Of course people are going to have no choice but to talk about you because you stopped the best player. I mean, look, that one game where you were guarding Kevin Durant, a guy who was only 6'1", Kevin Durant, who's like what 6'11", 7 foot, and whatnot, a whole foot taller than you, pretty much. You were able to stop that guy for that one game. What happened to sports media? People talked about you. What happened when you had stopped LeBron James with that last play? People talked about you. What happened, with Russell Westbrook? People talked about you. That's how that is how you get notoriety. That is how you have an opportunity to be relevant, even though you can't even score 10 points per game. That's how you do it. By playing defense. Not attacking people, not attacking fans, not pushing people from the back, not constantly causing all these fights. That's not how you're supposed to be in public display to where people get to talk about you. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Do it the right way. On the court, playing hard, working hard, and helping your team win. That's how you're supposed to do it. Not throwing the ball at a woman, and then you throw the ball again, making yourself look like a fool. That's not how you should, promote yourself, promote your brand, and promote your podcast by acting like a buffoon. And that's the way you want people to talk about you? That's where you want to be portrayed in sports media. No. You go out there, you play defense, guard the best player. That's how you get people to talk about you. That's how you do it. That is the recipe, for success. Because at the end of the day, when you had guys in the past who played, really great defense, such as Bruce Bowen, he wasn't a good offensive player. He wasn't a legit offensive player, but he played defense. He guarded the best player. Look at Drew Holiday. He's not this fantastic elite offensive player, but people talk about him in sports media because his defense is good.
Drew Holiday is what Beverly wants you to think he is.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
No, okay. But you see, like, that's my point. And again, my apologies, everybody. I really wanted to show that clip. I don't know why it was lagging, but it was showing all of Patrick Beverley's defensive stops, showing how he kept on denying Kevin Durant the ball. Deny. That's how you get respect. That's how you do it. But throwing the ball at people and causing these fights, that's just plain disrespect. And that's what I don't want. That's what I don't want to see. We've been attacking, Draymond Green, forever. Now we're going after you because you want to act stupid. You're making millions of dollars, and we have people like you, and now we have people like Jamal Murray acting like children. And unfortunately, I've always liked Patrick Beverley because of his defense. I think he made did he make all defense? I think 2 or 3 times. I think he has completely deserve it. But but doing it like this, bro, it just irritates me. You're out there hurting people for no reason. And I found out the reason why he threw the ball at the fans. If it was him, if it was the fans threatening him, threatening his family, talking about his kids, anything in that regard, if you threw the ball because of that, oh, you know what? Go ahead. I'll let it slide.
What?
I'll let it slide. If they are threatening his kids,
Steve,
if they are threatening his kids,
no, Steve, you can't. Here's the thing: you can't have him throw objects onto the crowd because he could hit someone who's not. He could hit someone who's innocent. If you had a problem, you call security. Hell, call police. You don't throw stuff at people.
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's the similar situation of how with the whole thing with Chris Paul when
did Chris Paul throw something at the fan?
He went at the fans, didn't he?
Yeah, he yelled at them, but he didn't go after them. He didn't throw anything at them.
Oh, okay. I thought he went. I thought he went after them. I just have to watch the clip again. I thought he went after them.
He didn't throw nothing at them.
Yeah. That's true. All I'm saying is I would understand why he threw the ball if they're starting threatening his family. But if it's just a racist thing, if they're just them talking trash, then that just makes him look even worse. And what I found out, the reason why he threw the ball at them was because they told him that it's time for him to go to Cancun or whatever trip that he needs to go to because he's getting eliminated in the playoffs. He got upset, and that's why he threw the ball. Like, are you freaking kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? That's why you threw the basketball at them, and you hit the wrong person. You hit the wrong person. You hit a woman, and then you got the ball back, and then you threw the ball back again at the crowd. Again, I think he's going to get suspended. Do I think he's going to be banned? No, I don't think he's going to be banned. I think he's going to have a massive fine, and I think he's going to be suspended for about 5 games. That's what I think is going to happen in next season.
If he gets that, then that's absolute dog shit. If he only gets that. All right, let me see. Moses said there's no way Pat Bev come back. Bev isn't a star or fan favorite. Is just very easily he will not return. Yeah, he's also getting older. Like, what do you need that clown for? You don't need him.
I think he was when Malta said this, he was talking about you, Hoovy.
What?
Yeah, that was earlier when he said that he's just not offensively skilled, and but yet you still call him a bum, but yet he could still do things on the defensive side.
Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? 10 points, 3 assists per game. Karista has 8 points or whatever. Yeah, we didn't need you going over his highlights. I don't. Who gives a shit about his highlights? Like,
wait, 10 points, and then he said his 8 points.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about Mosa. I'm talking about you, technically.
Me?
Yeah, making a video collage of his defense. Who cares?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Ugh.
Well, I mean, it was lagging anyway, so you didn't really get to see much of anything. So I'm sure you were happy about that.
Thank God for lag. Oh my God. Thank God. The first time ever I said, thank God for lag.
Wow.
No, I appreciate the effort, but we don't need to see highlights of Patrick Beverly playing defense. Like, we get what you're trying to say, but as well, I'm done talking about this dude. Like, I really am.
I mean, trust me. I don't know if you remember. This is not the first time we talked about Patrick Beverly. We talked about him before.
Yeah, but this was it for me. This was it for me. It is the way he conducts himself like a spoiled brat and loser and an awful human being. And that's the one thing I absolutely hate in this world. I hate people who treat other people like shit for no reason. And do it and take advantage of it because of your status.
Yeah.
Right, so Meadows, what's going on, Meadows? Ruben said he's an absolute asshole. At this point, he's just promoting his podcast. Yeah, he's promoting his podcast because he knows his career is winding down. His career is nearing the end. Hopefully, it is the end. That's why he's promoting the podcast. Do you think he deserved his defensive teams selections? Like, I personally,
I do.
Who cares? I don't even care, to be honest with you. This made me laugh because this is technically true. You mentioned Bruce Bowen. Bruce Bowen was one of the dirtiest players in NBA history. And no, I definitely heard that too. Like you all those things that you said, Steve. But I did also hear he was one of the dirtiest players in the game. I definitely heard that. Yeah, bro, you can't be throwing the ball into the crowd no matter what they say. Okay, so right now it's 10 o'clock right now. So
it's getting late, man.
So we'll hold off on the Stephen A Smith stuff. I do have stuff to say about that, but we do want to let's touch on Darvin Ham getting fired real quick. Obviously you're not happy about it, but why are you not happy about it?
I'm not happy about it, mainly because I felt like they were looking for a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking for a scapegoat. They were looking for somebody to blame.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were all head over heels when you won that stupid garbage, play-in tournament.
I didn't want to mention. I didn't want to mention that they did win.
Go ahead.
They did win the in-season tournament. I did remember. I did remember that. I'm like, damn. Then the first trophy anyone wins of that tournament and the coach gets fired the same year.
The same year.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, and to answer your question, I think it was Nolan. If you want to know the podcast, it's the Pat Bev.
I think Molson answered it.
Yeah, the Pat Bev podcast, and like I said, the dude almost had 300,000 subscribers. I don't know how in the world he got so many, but obviously he's doing a good job of promoting it. So, yeah, I know you don't like that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, continue. You talk about Darvin Ham.
Yeah, so you won that, and you made it to the Western Conference Finals. Just a year ago,
mm-hmm.
And this year, you decided to fire him. Clearly, you didn't want to take any accountability of putting this roster together. I'm talking about everybody else,
mm-hmm.
the organization.
Yep.
And you just had to find somebody to blame. And dude, I feel bad, for Darvin Ham because I honestly believe that he did a very good job, and he absolutely did good work. Absolutely, he did. And I just feel like these people who are the owner who that fired him, I felt like they truly didn't diagnose the whole situation thoroughly. Because let's be real here on Hoovy 186. It's one thing if they got eliminated, like let's say let's say it was the Mavericks. Let's say the Mavericks eliminated them, or let's say the Pelicans eliminated them, or something like that. But you got eliminated by Denver, who everyone said it was the best team in the whole entire league, despite OKC having the best record in the West, despite Boston having the best record in the East. Many said, well, because you guys are defending champs, you got the best player in the whole league right now, which is Joker. You guys got eliminated from them. That's not a fireable offense. By losing against one of the best teams in the whole league? And you want to fire him? Come on, man. Like seriously, bro. Like it is wrong. I think it is, very disrespectful. You never appreciated, the hard work that he put in of bringing that team, together. Come on, bro. Like that's just wrong. Flat out wrong. Go ahead. What do you have to say?
Multa said that LeBron fired him to use him as a scapegoat. There's a video out there. I don't know if this is real or not, but there's a video out there of LeBron James basically telling Darvin Ham, "Look, I'll draw the play. Look, I'll draw the play," when they went into a timeout. Like I said before, like I said last week, when we thought that he was going to get fired, right? First of all, I've seen videos of people saying that he wasn't a good coach. I've heard people say that all the time, that he wasn't a very good coach. Now, he's also a young coach, and I think coaches have to give coaches the same type of grace to improve that you give players. The problem is that he went to the wrong organization for that. Because the coach they had before, Frank Vogel, he won a championship with them, and they still fired him. They still fired him.
Yeah.
I mean, no, with that job comes high expectations for some reason. It is what it is. And, it's unfortunate for Darvin. I think he if he goes to a team like Charlotte or Washington, I know those places are pits when it comes to their garbage organizations. But at least if you give a young coach the ability to coach a young team, I think he'll succeed more over there. But most of blaming LeBron. The person I would blame is AD. The AD is the one that really put this in front street. If we're being real.
Oh, and in the press conference, yeah,
he put that shit out there. I mean, I'm sure there's other instances where guys were saying this and saying that and everything like that, and it just it's unfortunate. It really is, but that will come with the territory when it comes to that job. And I think a lot of coaches understand that. I'm sure it's very hard to coach a player like LeBron James. I'm sure it's very hard to coach a player like LeBron James because, he's a guy who's been in the league forever. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, he's a very smart dude when it comes to basketball.
And a prima donna. So go ahead.
That too. But even with that, he's shown that he can be coachable under the right circumstances. And he would never do what AD did. He would never do that.
Yeah, he would do behind the scenes.
Yeah, but lots of things happen behind the scenes. Is when those come up is when that's it. When that's the issue. That's when that's the issue. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say, but
No, me neither. And time is running out, so
that's why LeBron left Miami, because he wanted to control the team, and Pat Riley said no. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure he wanted to go to go back to Cleveland and do his whole coming back home bullshit, whatever. Anyways,
let's sound someone that's salty that he left.
no, I don't give a shit why he left, but it's just that he went like I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into it, man. Like I cursed enough today as it is. I didn't have to be a record for cursing in this podcast because. But anything, when you introduce me to bad people, I just get loose.
Yeah, you got pissed off with Jason Whitlock too.
Fuck that fucking. Anyways, Malta, thank you for watching. Ruben, Nolan, thank you guys for watching. Whitney, thank you for watching. Ryan Meadows, thank you for watching. I can hear you downstairs right now. Brian, thank you for watching. Let me see. I mean, what time is it right now? It's 10:13.
Critical drop.
Yeah, critical drop. Thank you for watching. I mean, no, we don't have time for the Stephen A Smith stuff. That's gonna take a minute.
You was trying to do that?
I wanted to see if we could, but I don't think we can.
No.
Kidbit, thank you for watching. Whitney, thank you for watching. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, so like I said, later on tonight, I'm gonna do hopefully Dead at Work. Look what he does with Control. Don't say that.
Look what he does with Control. Yeah.
All right, but thank you guys for watching. Later on tonight, hopefully Dead at Work, I will timestamp this plus a couple other episodes that timestamp, and then hopefully we will,
Yeah, and with all that being said, I'll see if I could get all the Patrick Beverly. I'll upload it, and I'll see if I could like edit, some of the parts so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, it should be good, by then. But this is the Traditionalist 101. Once again, guys, if you could give us a quick like and post this on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is that you guys use, it will be greatly appreciated. So that more people will see us, and we will continue to do more. Once again, Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
All right, later, guys.